Have you been preaching your natural? I don't recall. I feel like I've been following you for a few years.
All right, Pete, it's one of those mornings. So pretty sure you've seen the thumbnail title, which is probably why you clicked on the video. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it today. But before we get into all of that, as you can see, we are in my other gym. I'll probably take you guys along with me to Emporium probably tomorrow, because I'll do like a proper session. Today's the quick little arms and cardio session, so I'm gonna be in and out. But in regards to this video here you're watching, like it's a longer wait video. I probably could have made a while ago, to be honest. It's been on my head for a minute. But my aim overall throughout the video is to still keep it raw, keep it honest, and also feel free to disagree with me. If you feel like whatever I say in the video, you totally disagree with it and feel like it should be the opposite, or feel free to agree. Whatever it is, just comment down below. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. When I started watching YouTube for like fitness stuff and whatnot, there was nowhere near as much people that were on steroids. I feel like every other week I go on YouTube, fitness G's are coming out that they're now like not natural anymore, haven't been for a minute.
I am going for an IPP pro card and doing whatever I need to do to get it.
Leave it at that, yeah.
Yeah, keep it, you know, simple.
So I actually am interested to know what you guys think. I think like regular people that go to the gym that don't do social media for the most part. But with that being said, I just realized my cameraman next to me. I'm mid-vlog here.
Saw him speeding.
You didn't see me speeding. But the main point in the video I actually wanted to start off with before we get into the gym is for any potential newbies that are watching, don't get tempted. At the end of the day, you can build decent quality physiques that you haven't got to worry about drugs. No, it won't be as quick, but it can be done.
Okay people, as I said, we are doing a push day today. I'm just going to show you some snippets. But anyways, this overall video, we are talking about the rise or the epidemic, I would say, of the enhanced influencer slash individuals period. To the extent that on TikTok and on certain platforms, you can literally follow tags that have ridiculous amounts of views. Like literally,
what one cycle of Rad 140 can do for you.
I'd be surprised if they were over the age of 17. But they're talking about their first cycle of rad whatever. And no offense, if that's the physique he ended up with, that is not worth it. But in this video, I'm going to do my raw thoughts on it and speaking about it and about me in particular.
Earlier in the vlog, I was talking about like people that constantly go on like gear and stuff. And I was saying, what's your thought as a regular person that goes to the gym, that doesn't do social media fitness? What's your thoughts when someone else that you may have followed on the online comes out on gear? Like, do you care, or is it a little bit disheartening? Does it motivate? Are you proud of it?
I think the biggest thing is, have they been lying about it like all those years? I think that's the biggest thing.
Say that for 6 years they've been natural, so they've always spoke about I'm natural,
Yeah.
and then they cross over and don't say anything. They don't say they are natural still, but they don't disclose that they aren't natural anymore. What's your thoughts then?
I think you should continue to be transparent, because you were so proud of being natural, but now you've transitioned over to the other camp and all of a sudden you think it's something to shy away from. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you should be transparent, especially if you're someone in the fitness industry and you're most likely trying to sell someone something. You can't sell a product when you're not being transparent and honest yourself. The problem is now, because you've flown that flag of I'm natural, you need to also disclose if you're not anymore. Do you know what I mean?
How soon though? For example, do you think they should say it immediately or like a few months to get into it? Because it's still a personal thing at the same point.
I think as soon as, because in that time you still have room to mislead people. In that time, because again, you could still be selling programs to people.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But I'd say at the very maximum, a few months, because by then.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 months. If you're a regular person, I would say it's your business.
Yeah.
But when you are a social media or just a PT, I think, yeah.
See, unfortunately, you sign up to publicizing aspects of your life.
So another random question, basically. So what's your thoughts on the rise of regular people, so not fitness influencers, literally just like, if one of your brethren who's been training for a few years just decides he doesn't want to compete, but he wants to take gear, like what would be your thoughts?
So what his reasons would be purely vanity, you know what I mean, for
in essence, like he wants to build as much muscle as possible, and it's his goal.
Doesn't really seem worth it, in my opinion. Does he know what he's putting into his body? Is he aware of the side effects, that kind of stuff? But I don't know. I think when a fitness influencer does it, it's the whole risk and reward thing, isn't it?
If you're someone that's going to compete, I still think it's unsafe, but you know the risk you're going into it, whereas the rise of just regular people just taking it just for the sake of it, I think is mad. especially when they're teenage. If you're 30 and you take it, it's still dumb, but like, whatever. But when these like 16, 17-year-olds are somehow like subconsciously getting influenced and they're going on Google and buying a bare bunch of roids, it just seems mad. If my brother told me he was taking something, I'll give him the 1-2 open dose. All right, so hitting the triceps. Anyways, on with the video anyway. I personally used to never care if someone was on anything when it comes to steroids or PEDs, just because it seems so far removed. However, when it comes to like some of your somewhat fitness peers doing it, it feels weird because I looked up to these dudes, but them being on their grind kept me on my grind because I was motivated. Whereas now, when you see more and more of them changing, I don't know. It's like obviously everyone can evolve and change their mind and stuff, but it just feels, I don't know, it feels like, I guess for me personally, it feels like you're being left behind. Like you've decided to stay natural and like you're gonna plateau from here onwards where everyone else is like gonna be soaring. But at the same point, it's not really their fault. Like I can't really blame them too heavy. At the end of the day, it is still my brain, but it's just something that I've been trying to like filter out of my head so it doesn't like stay in there too much. But that's why I wanted to ask Django and like you guys watching, what's your thoughts on this stuff? Like typically, most people shouldn't care, but I wanted to know whether you feel like it does potentially impact you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right next to Kai Green's crust.
This is the cradle in the balls.
Yeah, shit, man. You gotta pause that, man.
That's a super pause. Oh, actually, anyway, next question. So, technically, it's the last question. I feel like I've asked you like there. So, with everything we more or less spoke about in this video, say if I came out and said to you like, yo, I've been on whatever for the last 2 years. What would be your thoughts?
But is that it? I mean, like, all seriousness. To be honest, yeah. Like, if you go back and see your footage when you were leaner, at that point, it's a bit of a sticky one. Again, have you been preaching your natural? I don't recall. I feel like I've been following you for a few years, but.
If someone asks me, then I'll say yeah. And I guess maybe in the odd video I've mentioned it, but I don't like over preach it. Because once upon a time, I felt like the people that used to always say I'm natural, they was lying. So I didn't want to be a part of that. I just thought it was kind of evident. But me being someone that's natural, by the way, that's me claiming I'm natural.
I'm not, by the way.
That's more or less the video anyway. That's more or less what I wanted to ask you anyway. I was interested to get someone else's perspective. Hopefully people that watch the video, comment down below so I can hear their thoughts too. Because it's a very interesting topic because lately, even these people that come out, I read the comments and I'm like, I don't think they should be getting slated. Or sometimes people are acting like I don't know, like it's like...
They've come out with some amazing news.
Yeah, like...
It's not something to be congratulated on.
Exactly, it's like, oh, they're having a baby, oh, congrats. It's not that kind of moment. It should be just a case of, oh, okay. But it's not a case of the clapping emojis, the prayer. I'm like, no. I couldn't see me like someone came out that I was following for ages said they were unnatural. I don't think, I'm not saying I'd insult them or I'd hate them. I'd be like, oh, okay.
I feel like I'd be a little disappointed.
If like Chris Jones, someone I actually, probably the one fitness YouTuber that I really do kind of like properly. If he came out and said it was unnatural this whole time, I'd be disappointed because I love his videos, love his channel.
And he's always kept things real.
Obviously, he has an exceptional physique. Many people probably say he's unnatural. I don't know for sure, but I would hope or love to think that he is just natural. So if he had came out and said, oh, actually, I've been this whole time, I would be super disappointed.
But overall, no shade to anyone that actually takes PDs. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's their choice. But with that being said, with the rise of so many people, like mainly the younger audience that watch these influencers, that have decided to take things, obviously it's not just the influencer's fault, it's the person individually, it's their fault, plus the rise of how easy it is to get on the internet. But when people start making their whole content about my dose and my cycle, there's only so many times a regular person who may be on the edge, that feels insecure about their body, can hear that sort of information before they get tempted. You know what I mean? For example, if you're someone that's in an exam, right, and you're not very good at exams, and you keep getting like mid scores repeatedly, but you have a friend that cheats on the exam, every time they kind of improve and strive past you, you may be tempted to kind of like cheat too. Not that taking steroids is a cheat, it's just a benefit and help, obviously. But I'm just trying to parallel the fact that it's so easy to be tempted when you see something over and over again, is what I'm saying. That's personally why I don't know that much about steroids. I haven't researched the names. The only name I really know in my head is glen Bluetooth, however you say Glen. But other than that, I know the name Trembolone and that's about it. but I don't know individually what they do. Like, I don't research into them to speak about them in videos, because the more you know about something, the more you may be tempted. The best way is to stay ignorant to it so you won't be tempted, in my opinion. But overall, I'm just hoping that there's a rise of the natural fitness influencers again, like in an abundance, because I feel like every time I go on Instagram or YouTube, mainly both to be honest actually, that most people that pop on my feed, they're normally not, maybe it's because of the loop in which my algorithm's going. I rarely see that many natural people pop up for the most part. It's always like XYZ cycle, this, that, and the other. And I don't even watch those videos, but they still pop up. And not saying that there's not a place for it online, but I feel like there's just so much in comparison. Like, I feel like the algorithms barely show you the natural people, because their thumbnails and physiques don't look super crazy or stand out anymore. So for that reason, people don't click on them as much, which is why you don't see the videos as much. So if any of you watching that knows some decent natural YouTubers, feel free to drop them in the comments so anyone else can see, or even me myself. But I hope to God that this video doesn't come off as hate, and it's not. It's just me doing like a brain dump, because people often ask me like, what's my thought on XYZ, and I feel like my thoughts on PDs and people that use it has somewhat changed. You know what I mean? If you're a competitor, it is what it is. If you're a regular person or just a fitness influencer, I feel like I just don't think it's the best look. I feel like I used to be motivated once upon a time, and I used to see like other, you know what I mean, natties like killing it on YouTube, whereas now it's like, I don't see it as much. For example, a great natural physique that I once upon a time used to really look up to, he's not natural anymore, but Josh Brigman. Yo, first of all, I still watch him now because his content, his intellect is just off the charts, but his natty physique was exceptional. That was like top tier, great genetics and just great solid work effort. You know what I mean? I will say when he kind of crossed over, I was like, ah, damn it. But he literally has the view set if he wants to be well, I think he is an IFBB pro now. But yeah, his natty physique was exceptional. That was something that motivated me, like, damn, there was natural physiques like that would really push you on. You know what I mean? That kind of inspired me. Sometimes when I felt lazy, but like I'd see one of his posts, I'm like, raw, my guy's still pushing, trying to get his dream physique. I'ma go. So I feel like when I see that, when it's other people that are now on steroids, I don't feel the same excitement. I just think, oh shit, another one. Whereas when I see bare natties doing it, it inspires me more because I'm natural. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my thoughts is wrong. For those of you that's watching this final video, drop your honest thoughts below about everything we said in the video. You know what I mean? I'm just interested to know what regular gym goers that kind of like this kind of stuff, is just like a nice, good hobby, think. But anyways, I've just pulled up at home, so I'm going to eat a meal. Then literally, I've got to go to my chiropractor. But with that being said, for those of you that want to watch another vlog and see my face, feel free to click the link up here and you'll see another vlog. Anyways, deuces, and I'll see you in the next video.